Welcome, y'all. Come on in. Welcome to my channel. My name is Deborah, and this is going to be my review, a recap, and commentary for Married at First Sight, season 15, episode 15. And this is going to be for Justin and Alexis. So if you're here for the very first time, thank you for joining us and welcome. Be sure to drop down in the comments, introduce yourself. And if you like this video or if you watch other videos, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe, comment. And like I always do, I thank the new people for coming here. And I also thank everyone who shows up for me every single week. I really appreciate y'all. And but we're going to go ahead and just move right along and get right into this review of Married at First Sight, season 15, episode 15. And people, I'm exhausted. I'll be honest with you, everybody tonight worked my nerves. Everyone worked my nerves. And but we're gonna start off first with Alexis and Justin. And like y'all know, I do separate videos on all the couples. And at the end of this video, there'll be links to the other reviews. So if you're new here, that's how it works. I do separate videos, and then there'll be another video for the other couples as I get them uploaded, because I do them one by one. But Lord have mercy, it started off, of course, picking up where it left off with them leaving that retreat. And it wouldn't be an episode without a put down from Alexis on Justin. Y'all know we can't get to no episode without her putting that man down. Not at all. And I started off right at the top with a put down. Right at the top. And I told y'all last week, if y'all watched my video last week, I told you that when Nate and Stasha had those vibrating underwear, vibrating panties, Alexis was jealous. And she couldn't even get down the hill from that mansion before she mentioned it right away. Talking about, ooh, Nate said that Stasha was a freak in the bed. I sure wish I could be a freak in the bed. Ugh, here we go. I already knew it was coming, y'all. I already knew it was coming. And, you know, Alexis is like, you know what? You can be a freak in the bed. You can be a freak in the bed. And then here it comes. Oh, can I really? Oh, can I really? So here she goes, start talking about his performance. And he said, come on now. That only happened one time. That only happened one time. All the other times there hasn't been a problem. He's trying to defend himself because he already knows that she going down that rabbit hole where she loves to put him down. And he says, well, I do want to, you know, work on my stamina. Well, shoot, the man been celibate for, or as Alexis says, celibate. She don't even know the word. He said, I have, you know, he's been celibate for a year and a half. I don't know what she expected on the first ride out, why she thought he would be able to last more than 10 seconds. But it sounds like after the first time he got it together because she didn't deny it. But then he started saying, yeah, I do want to work on my stamina, though. And then she goes, but can you work on them thrusts? I can't stand Alexis, y'all. She just never misses an opportunity. I just really don't like that about her. It's horrible. But the heartbreak of the whole episode was watching Justin have to go pick up his dog, Maya, and then making the decision to give Maya away. Y'all, I was crying. I was boo-hooing. I just felt it right here in my heart for him to have to give up his dog. And I really, really felt bad for him. And I don't know. I think it was the wrong decision. I don't think that he should have given her up for good, especially since Alexis don't look like she knows sure shot. I really think he could have maybe had someone keep the dog. I do understand that the two dogs cannot be in the house at the same time, because it does sound like Maya does have a dog aggression. Seems like Maya loves people, but she don't like no other dogs. She like that cat, though. She get along with that cat, but she don't like other dogs. So it is obvious that right now isn't the time to bring the two dogs together. You know, I just think there could have been a whole lot of other options besides permanently rehoming his dog so soon. I think maybe somebody could have kept his dog for a while for him, maybe temporarily. Maybe even Alexis could have let her mother keep Newton, which might have been a better answer, because if Justin doesn't have anybody in town that could have taken Maya, then maybe the solution temporarily until they got past decision day would have been to say, hey, you know what? I'll have my mom keep Newton. They only got what, a week away, a week or 2 weeks. I'll have my mom keep Newton for a couple of weeks. And since her mom lives local, she could go and see Newton anytime. And she already told us that her mother has kept Newton plenty of times for extended period of times when she said she wanted to go off and run around. So I don't really believe that the solution should have been to permanently rehome Maya. I think they could have done a couple of interim steps first before that permanent decision was made. And if I were with Justin, if I were Justin's wife, I probably would have said, you know what, don't give your dog away. Let's not give up hope on Maya all the way. I mean, we know the two dogs can't be in the house at the same exact time. So having them in the house is not an option. Maybe my mom can keep Newton for a couple of weeks or whatever else till we work out something different. But I just thought that was just a lot to give a dog that you've had 7 years, to give that dog away. And then you got a wife sitting on here talking about, I don't know if I really want to be with you or not. Justin talking about he felt, what did he say? He felt played. Yeah, you did get played, Justin. You got played. And then when I heard that the guy picking up Maya was all the way, not even in California, he must be from Colorado because Justin was from Colorado. I do remember that. So to know that Justin was going all the way to, Maya was going all the way to Colorado, I just think that was a bit too much. I think that there could have been something different. So that's why I do understand why Justin was saying, hey, why did you let me go that far with my dog? If you felt as if you weren't sure about this relationship, you could have said, hey, let's not make something so permanent. You could have given me a heads up. Maybe we could have come up with a different solution. And I think that's what he was saying. I don't think he was trying to tell Alexis, well, you have to pick me. Maybe he was. Let me put that. He probably was saying, if I gave up my whole dog, you better pick me. That is what he was really saying. That's why I think there should have been a different type of decision, so that wouldn't have been the whole part about, if I give up my whole dog, you better say yes to me. Because like, Alexis was saying, I don't want to say yes to you just because you gave up a dog. He should have known, Alexis, she too flaky. I wouldn't have given up my dog for Alexis. Not at this stage. I wouldn't have. Not yet. I wouldn't have given him up like that. I would have just had someone else keep him for a little bit. But Justin said he anticipated challenges being married when he first came on this show, but he never knew it would entail him having to give up a dog he had for 7 years. And, I'll say this about pets. I say this to about single people. If you can hold off getting a dog, if you're single and you want to get married, I know pets give you a lot of joy and a lot of happiness. But if any of you guys have watched Married at First Sight for years, like I have, most of you will know that pets become a major obstacle in building relationships. And oftentimes they can be one more hurdle you have to get past. And like you said, people be choosing their dogs over people. So if you're trying to, lessen the obstacles to finding someone, some people need to hold off on getting dogs. I mean, really, I know it's a hard decision for many people, but it really is hard blending the family when two people have pets. I think when one person only has the dog and the other person just has to sort of get along with the dog, like, what's going on with Kristen and Mitch, it's a lot easier. But when you're having to combine two dogs together, it really is hard. And marriage is hard enough. I don't think you always need extra obstacles to bring in a marriage. And I think pets in the beginning, they're just like kids. I think they add an extra layer of work that has to happen. And sometimes when you're in the beginning of a marriage, it's a lot. It really is a lot. But Justin was like, you know what? He was telling Alexis, you know what? I may have to go once a month to visit, once a month to go and visit Maya. And Alexa was like, what? Say what? Girl, you want him to go to the club every Friday. What's wrong with him going to visit that dog if he wants to? That's the thing about Alexis that bothers me. She's such a double standard. So when he says I may have to go visit my dog once a month because I may miss her, she obviously had a negative reaction to it, but she can go down to the club every Friday. Ugh. It's so hypocritical. But Alexis came by the house talking about, I help you get rid of this dog. She was like, I didn't want you to go through this by yourself. But when she walked in, she didn't even pet Maya. She didn't look at Maya. She didn't hug Maya. She don't like that dog. She didn't like that dog a bit. And what Justin was trying to get her to understand was, do you recognize and appreciate the big sacrifice I'm making for you? And he really wanted some acknowledgement that she understood the big sacrifice. And Alexis's comment to him, I think, was just so unsatisfactory. She was like, yeah, but don't be holding over my head. Ugh. That's not what you want to hear when you gave up a whole dog for 7 years. You want to hear, I absolutely know this was a huge sacrifice for you, and I appreciate it, and I know it wasn't hard for you to do. I don't think you want to hear, yeah, but don't be holding over my head. She is so non-empathetic. It really is. She's just so hardcore. And, you know, Justin's like, I ain't crying no more for this woman. He barely cries for her anymore. He cried over I think he was shedding some tears over Maya leaving, but he don't cry too many tears over her anymore. He's starting to wise up. But they show this one scene where Justin is, you know, working out in the gym with Nate. So this must have been prior to when Nate's, and Nate must have still kind of liked Justin a little bit at this time, because the Nate can't stand Alexis. We know that. And then I told you that after party I saw at one time, it looked like Nate didn't like Justin anymore on the after party. So I don't know when that happened, because on this episode, he seems like he still, you know, kind of likes Justin a little bit. And, you know, he's listening to Justin talk about how, you know, when I guess they were away and he texted Alexis, you know, he's starting to get scared about whether or not she's going to say yes or no. And you know, he needs some affirmation, because he's saying, dang, I just gave my whole dog away. I need some affirmation that this is real, that you're going to really try, that we're going to stick together. And she didn't give him the affirmation he needed. And, you know, he's talking about she's deflecting. She's not being direct with him. And like he said, everybody knows Alexis likes to be direct, as she says. But, you know, she's running around the bush, running around the tree, not giving the right answer. And he's like, you know what? All this deflecting and not giving me an answer straight up is not making him feel warm and fuzzy. And Nate is like, Alexis is a liar. And Nate's like, Alexis is immature and she's a liar. Nate does not like Alexis at all. He's like, this girl is playing games. Nate can read Alexis from a mile away. And obviously, Justin is starting to catch up. He's starting to see the game she plays. He's starting to see when she says one thing and does another. He's starting to feel as if maybe this woman doesn't care for me as much as I thought she did, or he had hoped she did. And he started talking about he's at a 90% no. But he's talking. I think he's talking tough in front of Nate. But if Alexis came to him at this moment, I think Justin would hang in there. And I think the reason why he's talking about he's a 90% no is because Alexis is at a 90% no. But if she were opposite, he would be opposite. I think he's starting to realize he is getting played. But if he really felt he wasn't getting played, he would be 2 feet in now. But I think now he's starting to realize this isn't looking good. And I don't want to be the only one saying a yes on decision day. So she gets to say no to me. This is starting to look like some type of showdown on decision day, where neither one of them wants to be the one getting rejected on decision day. I'm starting to predict a double no on these two, because I don't think Justin's going to want to be put himself out there, because he thinks Alexis is going to say no, so he's going to say no. And then Alexis is going to say no. I'm thinking this might be a double no now on decision day. I just hope Justin says no. That's all. You know, I could care less what Alexis says. I just hope that Justin says no. And then, you know, when Alexis is talking to Stasha, she's talking about, Justin has made so much progress. He really has. But then every once in a while, he reverts back to his old self. And to be honest with you, I am still trying to figure out what is the old self of Justin that Alexis has so much problem with. So she started talking about, you know, he has these outbursts or whatever, which, you know, we've seen a couple of times when Justin has raised his voice a bit. But I haven't seen anything really crazy from him. And what's crazy about Alexis is I still don't know what Alexis is working on. Does anyone else know? Does anyone else know what is it that Alexis is working on in the relationship? Because she seems to have a whole lot of advice for all the other couples. She's got advice for Nate and Stasha. She's got advice for Kristen and Mitch. She's got advice for Lindy and Miguel. She's got advice for what Justin needs to do. What is Alexis's advice for herself? Does anyone know what is it that Alexis is working on for herself? Because all I see Alexis doing is giving everybody else advice, and she has nothing that she's working on for about herself. That's what I'm saying. She walks around acting as if she is the expert. She's the relationship expert on Married at First Sight, and she's up here giving advice to all the other couples. What is her advice for herself? I really do hope Justin says no to her. I hope he says no. But then when they have this little double date with Kristen and Mitch, you know, they're talking or whatever, and then, you know, both of them are saying they 90% no, and, you know, or is 90% good enough? They're saying, would 90% be good enough? Because Alexis is trying to say she's 90% yes. Alexis ain't 90% yes. She lying. But anyway, Alexis is saying she's 90% yes. And Mitch asked Justin, was 90% good enough? And Justin says, no, it's not good enough. Justin said he got standards now. Remember when Justin was saying I love you and didn't need anything in return? Now he's like, no, 90% is not good enough. I need 100%, especially not after I gave my whole dog away. He said, absolutely not. Unless you 100%, I'm not saying yes. Justin is trying to draw some boundaries. He's trying to have some standards. And Alexis over there rolling her eyes, talking about, why all of a sudden you trying to get some standards? And Justin, you know what? Justin need to be concerned about the fact that Alexis and Kristen are the ones hanging back with each other. Not only Justin and you, Mitch need to be concerned that Kristen is hanging out with Alexis so much. I guess they BFFs. They said of all the couples, Kristen and Mitch and Justin and Alexis, they hang out. You know, Mitch is on the after party this week, so be sure to check out my after party video. And on the after party, Mitch mentions that the two couples that they hang out with the most are Lindy and Miguel. And Kristen and Mitch hangs out with Kristen and Mitch hang out with Lindy and Miguel, and also Alexis and Justin. They don't hang out that much with Nate and Sasha. We know ain't nobody hanging out with Nate and Sasha. These people on the show, they don't even like Nate and Sasha. And I don't think Nate and Sasha like too many people either. Nate and Sasha in their own little world, to be honest with you. But that's it. There really wasn't that much going on this week, y'all, be honest with you, besides the whole dog issue. And like I said, I wish it could have been handled a little bit different way. And I feel sorry for Justin. But if you know what, if they don't both say yes on decision day, Justin can go on back up there and make a ride up to Colorado and go pick up his dog because I think it's going to be a no on decision day anyway. So in the reality of it, he ain't giving Maya away all the way. Maya just going to go on a little 2-week vacation because it's all going to be over in 2 weeks because it ain't no way these two are going to say yes on decision day. We ain't going to get 2 yeses out of these two people. But anyway, that's it, y'all. What y'all think of this episode? Drop down in the comments and let me know, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.